the head and neck to go there. Eventually we will be riding off of the outside rein more than the inside rein. As we get down and refine our motions with our reins from going very animated to a very close, proper equitation position for English riding with our hands very close, and then when you advance and can ride and do this with one hand like the Western riders do and or the polo players do, and have a piece of equipment in your right hand and you control your horse with one rein, or one hand on all those reins, you still have to have, every time that the rein tightens on the neck, the outside rein, that the head and neck goes that way, and it should cause the front end to move. Now, there's two different moves that we need to be able to make with the front feet. We need to be able to cause that other shoulder over there to step back and away, and then allow this front foot, as it just did, to come over the top. That's the start of a pirouette or a spin. Now, there is also occasion when you're working cattle or when you're playing polo and you've got to go from here to there, that you need the outside foot to step away, and then the inside foot, this one close to, this leg closest to you, to step back in behind the other one right there. Of course, my leg was in the way. I'll set that up again. Okay. You will control both front feet with the timing of your outside rein. Right now I'm going to send the leg closest to me behind the other one. There, the other one away, the one closest to me behind it. Okay, we're giving ground there. There we finished up turning and going where we would at a faster speed. It depends on how quick you've got to turn around, whether you send this leg closest to you behind the other leg or over the top of it. Now, what's happening up here on the neck is this rein is not going over and causing the head to tilt out or the nose to tilt out and the ear to go in the turn. This rein is tight, just like it was in your hand, and it rocks the horse back, collects it, and as it touches the horse on the neck, that nose should still be to the right, and it should rock them back and collect them, and they should step right away from it. Okay, not over the neck, but back. And I'll rock the horse back and away, and then it'll allow it to come over the top. I'll rock it back and away, and then allow it to come over the top. I'll set this up again. Now, I'm going to, with my left hand, help that nose be on the right side. I'm going to pull straight back with that rein. One step, two steps, third step, fourth step. We're giving ground here. This is all about respect. This halter, this rein, is the king's emissary, their ambassador. It needs to be respected just as much as when the king shows up. Now, earlier I showed you that I wanted a horse to step out of my presence. Okay? This halter, this lead rope, the rein, the bit represent me, and it should be given the same response.
Now, the point of doing all these preceding exercises is to activate the natural system in a horse that it was born with. It follows its mother, left, right, forward, slow down, stop. And birds do it, fish do it, the herd of horses does it. Now we want to activate this ourselves. We have to have trust in it, put some slack in that lead line, go left, go right. Then someday, hopefully, this will all work when we get in the saddle. We think it, they do it.
Bonding with our horse is one of the activities that we really stress in the clinics. And I feel that the single best exercise for this is to back your horse into circles. It's not so much the circles as you're backing them into a blind spot, and they have to trust your eyes to put their bodies into the blind spots. And, you know, a prey animal always goes forward because it would be stupid to back up into a predator that always follows the herd of prey animals. So I'm just going to spend a few seconds here showing you how to do that. you'll take your hand with your thumb down the lead rope, and then you'll lower the head a little bit. Now I'm blocking this spot right here, and she can't see where her hind end has to go over there. I'm going to put her nose over onto her right side just a little bit. I'm going to put my hand back towards her chest, and then I'm just going to ask her to back up and step to her right with the front quarters. And as she steps to the right with her front quarters, her hind quarters are going to go off to the left. And we've backed in a half circle there. Now, a quarter of a circle or an eighth of a circle is fine to start with. Then you'll switch sides and set the whole thing up all over again. Thumb down the rope, nose on the other side of center. You start them back, and as the front feet swing off the ground, you swing it over. As the front feet swing off the ground, you'll ask for it to move over. And then that hind end will swing around into that blind spot right there. Now we've gone about 270 degrees that time. You don't have to go that much at first, just a step at a time. This develops the relationship where they trust your eyes like that buddy that they stand out there in the pasture with and swish flies with. That's the one that looks out behind them and checks out the blind spot, and they check out the blind spot for them. And I don't know what there is about this, but it really gets your horses settled and trusting you. And I think it has to do with having another pair of eyes to check out their world and help them out with it. Dusty's been through a lot this afternoon, flies and everything, and having to do this demonstration. So she's on her time now. I'll just throw that rope out there, let her graze. If she steps on it, she's going to lower her head anyway. She doesn't worry about that pressure hitting her on the head. She knows to give to it. Now, what I haven't pointed out that we really need to do is we've got to work on these exercises on both sides of the body, okay? If you push the horse away from you on their left side, you've got to get them stepping away from you when you're on their right side. If you push the left hip away, you've got to push the right hip away. You've got to get both sides working the same. If one doesn't work as well as the other, spend more time there until it is the same. Now, once you've moved all these parts and they start listening to your body language, now you're ready to get on. All of this is to prepare them to ride, so you have a communication system in place for you when you get on their back. What we're looking for is for everybody to have fun and be safe. These exercises are designed to teach the horse to respect you when you're working around it on the ground. I want you to feel confident that you can have fun with your horse and that they'll be respectful of you and not thinking of you as just predator food or something to knock down and run off and save their lives while the wolf eats you, okay? I want you to be a lot more than wolf bait to your horse. I want you to be the best thing your horse can find and see, the person that they want to bond with, person that they want to go on trips with. Wherever they go, they look to you for reassurance and that nurturing relationship. Not just nutrient relationship, but a nurturing relationship. So again, this is to have fun. Make sure you've got the respect there. Be safe. Don't do anything where you're going to get hurt. And take all the time that it takes. Work on these. You know, she wasn't a 2-hour wonder. She took some time to get there, and it's well worth the time. So watch this over and over, and I hope it brings you lots and lots of enjoyment.